Praise to the Yah the Almighty, the King of creation. Praise to the Yah the Almighty, the King of creation. Sing. Praise to the Yah the Almighty, the King of creation. Oh, my soul, praise you, for He is thy health and salvation. Hallelujah. Now to this temple draw near. Join me in glad adoration. Praise to the Yah, for all things so wondrously reigneth. Shielded beyond by His praises, so gently sustained. Hast thou not seen how thy desires have been granted in what He ordained? Praise to the Yah, who doth prosper thy work and defend thee. Surely His goodness and mercy they daily attend thee. And I do what the Almighty can do. With greatest love He be friendly. We take the lesson out of Hymn 4:9. What a friend we have in our church. Sure. No, this one. What a friend we have. What a friend we have in Yahshua. Only 4:9. Ready, sing. What a friend we have in Yahshua. Our strength and grief to bear. What a privilege to carry everything to Yah in prayer. Oh, what to think of His love, oh, My Yahawah side. My Yahawah, I love thee. I know thou art mine. Ready? Sing. My Yahawah, I love thee. I know thou art Yahushua lover of my soul. Yahushua lover of my soul. Sing. Yahushua lover of my soul.
Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
You can stand for me, please. What's the significance about today, sir? Come sit. One come. Sir, shut up for the minute, right? Huh?
Come.
We all agree?
That's right.
Hold on, sir. So we have a week left for Passover, can? 1 week left. It comes right. And now is the time where we have to get rid of the leaven. Leavening food is one thing, but it's the leaven that's also in us. Right? So now is the opportunity and now is the time. Now is a time of what? Reflection. From the 12 months ago till as you speak to me, what changed in your life? It's reflection. What have changed from last year to this point where we have to do? What have changed? Some of us come here to because you have your room there in your house. So you come to take picture. Right, Zaman? So you come, some of you come for picture, some of you come for food. Because they come for me because they're hungry. So some was just following him for food. But what is your purpose coming here? In terms of how can you help the body? How can you help your nation? Because we're not a Christian organization. Some of you keep thinking like that. We're a nation building. Right? They said the only country on record to ever control this entire earth was Rome, the Vatican. And then said the Vatican lose 99.9% of that. So they say, but their influence is still in the world. So we become like them today. We're building a nation in every country. And what one continent can give, what the next one cannot give. Because when we all unite and put that together, what do you have to offer? Remember we read, I think Jeremiah Shemak, right? When he said, call for the cunning woman who can work with their hands. So even that alone goes to show you, what can you do to benefit this nation? Because the Most High say, bring the one who can work with her hands, who's cunning. She can sew, she can cook, she can farm. That's the one that the Most High said, I want her. We look, when we read the Bible, look at everybody who the Most High God. What they were doing, what they're capable of doing. So we come to this conclusion now. What we have to offer. My shower stand. I have a question. 12 CDs. Do you want it or you want to give it to somebody? You take it. Who am I? I'm a prophet. My staff was a serpent. Who am I? Let me see how many who agree. Let me see if I'm who agree. 1, 2, Shama. So that's 4, 5, 6, 7, we can 8. Let me see if I'm disagree. Nobody disagree. Sit. Write all 8 of your name down. Write all 8 names down. Huh? I'm a prophet. I have a staff. It's a serpent.
It's a serpent.
Who am I?
The staff is a serpent.
The staff is a serpent. Who am I? Huh? Next question. Maya, stand for me. The 12 CDs, do you want it or you want to pass it on? So you want it? Shama, get mine. I'm a God. And I'm scared of serpent. Who am I? Quickly. 5, 4, 3, pass it on. Who you think you want? Shama, Bill Mayan. I'm a God. But I'm scared of serpent. Who am I? Who? Bill Shama. The back. Satan. You're in the back. Who else? Nobody? Yes, the man. Stand. I don't hear what you're saying. Where is the man? All right, let's go to the scripture.
Number 1. Where are you going?
Get Leviticus 16 for me. Leviticus 16, verse 20.
The book of Leviticus 16, verse 20. Leviticus 16, verse 20.
Done? Read on.
And when he had made an end of reconciling the holy place, and the tabernacle of the congregation, and the altar, you shall bring the live goat.
The live what?
Goat.
Read on.
And Aaron shall lay both his hands upon the head of the live goat, and confess over him all the iniquities of the children of Israel.
So do you see that? So you cannot have sin and you don't confess a sin to Aaron. And you expect your sin going to go away. So what the people do, they go to Aaron, same time, Passover period, take away a lamb the 10 days. That period have to start from that period, 10 days. Right? What's the problem, Richard? Huh? Okay. So the problem is, when Aaron put his hand on that goat now, Aaron might confess all the sins of the children of who? Read on.
And Aaron shall lay both of his hands upon the head of the live goat and confess over him all the iniquities of the children of Israel,
Read.
and all their transgressions and all their sins, putting them upon the head of the goat, and shall send him away by the hand of a fixed man into the wilderness.
Send him away by the hands of who?
Of a fixed man.
Right?
Into the wilderness.
So man go and bring him, strong man go and lift the goat and bring the goat. Where? In the wilderness. Right? Read on.
And the goat shall bear upon him all their iniquities into a land not inhabited. He shall let go the goat in the wilderness. And Aaron shall come into the tabernacle.
So you see that? So what that goat doing now, displaying the part of what? The scapegoat. So you go and bring that goat into a wilderness that no man doeth. And you go and let the goat go in the wilderness. Can? Jump to verse 27, Shama.
Verse 27. And the bullock for the sin offering and the goat for the sin offering, whose blood was brought in to make atonement in the holy place, shall one carry forth without the camp.
So you see, so it's two goats. So one have to stay back for what? The offering, and one have to leave the scapegoat. Right? Read on.
And they shall burn in the fire their skins, their flesh and their dung. And he that burneth them shall wash his clothes and bathe his flesh in water, and afterward he shall come into the camp.
So you see that? So the person who do the sacrifice, which Aaron and his children, when they do that sacrifice, they have to bath before they can come back into the congregation. So all this, as a nation of people, we used to have to do in this time. But now YAHAWAH died for us. YAHAWAH was that scapegoat. When they put the purple upon him, the crown, marking him, this is what they were doing. Right? So at a period of time like this, you have to bring two goats to Aaron. What Aaron will do, cast lots on it. We vote which one will be the sacrifice, which one will be the scapegoat. Understood? Get Matthew 27, 29, Shema.
Because in Matthew 27, verse 29. And when they had platted a crown of thorns, they put it upon his head.
They did what?
They put it upon his head.
Read on.
They put upon his head and a reed in his right hand, and they bowed the knee before him and mocked him, saying, Hail, King of the Jews.
Hail what?
King of the Jews.
So that was the purpose of this period of time. In Jerusalem, it was a big issue because this is the time we get to be free from our sins and our trespass. What we trespass against the Most High, what we trespass against our brothers or sisters. So that's why when we read in Luke 2, he said what? They go to Jerusalem who need redemption. We need answers. This is what makes us clean. But the question is, if we can't buy a goat, how that will happen? Can somebody buy you that goat? No. So if we can get up and cry every day. But what changes are we making for we not to cry as a nation of people? Because everybody needs something to fall from the sky. That never happened. The only thing fall from the sky was manna and you never like it. You all rebel. Matthew 5, 44.
Because in Matthew 5, verse number 44. But I say unto you,
Who is saying this? What YAHAWAH said.
love your enemies.
What YAHAWAH said?
Love your enemies.
Read on.
Bless them that curse you. Do good to them that hate you.
Read on.
And pray for them which despitefully use you.
Because the Most High said, you're going to have some people among us who use you.
Now,
Read that again for me, Shama.
because in Matthew chapter 5, verse number 44. But I say unto you, love your enemies.
YAHAWAH said we must love our enemies of our nation. So we have enemies in this nation.
Now,
You might have some people don't like you for nothing.
That's right.
Yahawashi said with the same hate that they give towards you, as a people, you should not do the same thing. Right? Read on.
Bless them that curse you.
Read.
And do good to them that hate you.
You do to them if they're hungry, feed them. You don't have to bring them up in your house.
That's right.
If they're naked, give them clothing.
Now,
Read on.
and pray for them when they spitefully use you.
And some people come here with a sad story. If Yahawashi could mention this, was it happening among us as a nation of people? Some people might use it.
That's right.
Right? Some people might come to your house, eat up all the food, and they have food home. Some people might take more than they can eat or drink, just as it said, despitefully.
That's right.
But among ourselves, brothers and sisters, we cannot do the same thing that we was doing before we left Egypt. Because we leave Egypt and we did everything that we was doing in Egypt. Can? So we have to be careful, brothers and sisters, how we treat each other and what we do for each other. Because it's not easy. Why I was having a conversation with God yesterday. Why things have not changed? What you doing? And the Most High said, they shall hunger, but his servant shall eat. They shall thirst. When we read Isaiah 65, they shall thirst, but his servant shall drink. So if it's 12 months of struggling, 12 months of suffering, you have the answer to that. Examine yourself. Because this nation moving on leave you whether you like it or not. You don't understand that? You have Israelites like us today in every country on the planet Earth as we speak today. So as I always say, the mission continues.
That's right.
But it's a new year, you have to be a new you. The Bible says you become what? A new creature in Yahawashi. Some of you still want to stay in your ways. Some of you still love that concept in your ways. But when you come out to season and time like this, we all have to have a change for this. Everybody changing in the world.
That's right.
Trump said, I'm doing for America, I'm doing for my people. We tax every other country. They say it's a country where people ping wing and get taxes. They say tax 2 countries, nobody lives there but birds and things. The man tax everything. You cannot blame him. He's doing it for his people. He's supposed to do that. Because we have a concept that somebody should always do for us. That's the concept that we have. But when we can stand up and do something for ourselves.
That's right.
The Bible tells us, Daniel 7:18 from sir.
Daniel 7 verse number 18.
Read.
But the saints of the Most High,
What they do?
the saints of the Most High,
What should they do?
shall take the kingdom.
No, it's always going to give in to them.
They shall take the kingdom.
What the Bible said the saints will do?
We take the kingdom.
No, it's something like given to them. You
They
might follow
shall
the sky.
Take the kingdom.
Read on.
And possess the kingdom
And
forever.
so possess, you have to work to possess something. Esau possesses us. Aren't Esau working? Tell me a country that Esau is not here today taking care of his flock. Right? Read on.
Forever, even forever and ever.
So that's how we're going to get the kingdom. We have to take it. Because as a people, we don't know what miracle is. What was important? Yahawashi healed the man and tell him to take up his bed and walk. What did the people have a problem with? It's when he take his bed up and walk. They asked him, when did he do this? They said the Shabbat. Then they find the problem on the Shabbat. Not for the miracle that he did. And even the Bible, brothers and sisters, you have to read. With Passover season, did you start to read back over Exodus to see what takes place in this season, in this time? We have to read. Go to Exodus 7, Shaman. Exodus 7, verse 10.
The book of Exodus 7, verse 10. And Moses and Aaron went in unto Pharaoh, and they did so as the Lord had commanded.
So Moses and Aaron went into
Pharaoh.
and they did what who commanded them? So if you in there, you can listen. You can remember. You cannot take orders. How can the Most High command you? How can he lead you? Because here go Moses and Aaron, they go in as the Most High tell them to.
That's right.
Read on.
And Aaron cast down his rod before Pharaoh.
Who put on the rod before Pharaoh?
Aaron.
Read on.
And before a serpent, it became a serpent.
And what became a serpent? Serpent? Whose rod became a serpent?
Aaron.
Okay. Ask her this man, you tell me Moses. Read on.
Then Pharaoh also called the wise men and the sorcerers,
Read.
now the magicians of Egypt. They also did in like manner with their enchantment. For they cast down every man his rod, and they became serpents.
And they became what?
Serpents.
So have Moses cast his rod yet? So you said Moses cast his rod. Why are you lying on Moses? Read 7 verse 1 of Exodus.
Exodus 7 verse 1. The Lord said unto Moses, see, I'll make thee a God to Pharaoh.
So who was Moses to Pharaoh?
A God.
Was he a prophet? I know I teach you this. That Moses was a god or a king. But that's a simple question. And look, one whole year of study, one whole year of quizzing. What more can I do? Give me Exodus 4 verse 1, sir.
Exodus 4 verse 1.
Yes, read.
Moses answered and said, but no, they will not believe me.
They will not what?
Believe me.
Read on.
No hearken unto my voice. They will say, the Lord hath not appeared unto thee. The Lord said unto him, what is that in thy hand? And he said, a rope.
Read on.
And he said, cast it on the ground. And he cast it on the ground, and it became a serpent, and Moses fled from before it.
So he was called a god. His rod became a serpent. And what Moses did?
Fled.
That Moses never liked serpents. So Moses could not carry out that mission. Moses never deal with serpent. He never liked serpent. So when Moses said the serpent, what did Moses do? So why would the Most High use him to cast his rod before Aaron? When Moses said the rod, Moses run down left Pharaoh and the rod there. If he don't like a thing, he don't want like a thing. So this mission, Moses couldn't carry out this mission. And when Moses see his own rod turn serpent, what did Moses do? He put his foot in his hand and took like 90% of you here. Like a snake came in the room now and see much of you leave here. So the simple mean that mission was not for you. So although he was called a God, he was still human. He ran away from the serpent, didn't he? So go back to Exodus 7, sir. So you get that? The 2-question answer. Okay. Get 7. Jump to verse 20 now, sir.
Exodus 7 verse 20. And Moses and Aaron did so as the Lord commanded, and they lifted up the rod and smote the water that were in the river, in the sight of Pharaoh, in the sight of the serpent, and all the waters that were in the river were turned to blood.
So you see that? For the serpent, one person dropped the rod. For the water to become blood, two persons use them staff. So now we're going into what? The first plague of what? And what was that first plague? Okay. Read on.
And the fish that was in the river died in the river stank, and the Egyptians could not drink of the water of the river. And there was blood throughout all the land of Egypt.
Read.
And the magicians of Egypt did so with their enchantments, and Pharaoh's heart was hardened. Either that he had taken unto them as the Lord had said.
Because what the magician did, the witches, they worked magic and they could turn the water into what? Blood too. So they go to Pharaoh and say, Moses is a witch. And he ain't. So when Pharaoh see that and he see what his magician do, he become more what? Angry. So keep in mind, this time in Egypt, the plagues wasn't going on. 7 days before the Passover. What's the last 7 plagues? Read, sir.
And Pharaoh turned and went into his house, and he that he set his heart to this also. And all the Egyptians digged round about the river for water to drink, for they could not drink of the water of the river. And 7 days were fulfilled. After that, the Lord has smitten the river.
So the river become blood for how many days? So we finished 7 days. Right? Read verse 8.
Okay, verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses, Go unto Pharaoh, and say unto him, Thus saith the Lord, Let my people go, and they may serve me. If thou refuse to let them go, behold, I will smite all thy borders with frogs.
So stop. So the second plague is what, Baba? Okay. But you hear what the Moses said? Let them go, that they may do what? So we're not ready to serve the Moses. We're not ready. So why would we need to be delivered if we're not ready to serve the Most High? What show that we're ready to serve the Most High? Do we ready to serve the Most High in spirit and in truth? The Most High said when we ready, He's there. He said all those that call upon the name of YAHAWAH shall be what? We not even that we do. There's still so much to achieve in this world, right? Some of you haven't lived your best life yet. So you're not ready to be delivered to serve Yahweh. Because by your action, everything, and remember the Most High said, I'm the one going to search you out. I'm going to be the one to know if you are ready. Give me that in your pocket for Wisdom of Solomon. Second Ezra. Second Ezra 16:62.
Book of 2nd Ezra 16, verse number 62. 2nd Ezra 16, verse 62. Yea, and the Spirit of the Almighty God, which made all things and searched out all hidden things in the
So you
secrets
see
of
that?
the earth.
Read 62 again.
Book of 2nd Ezra 16, verse 62. Yea, and the Spirit of Almighty YAHAWAH, which made all things.
So the Almighty power made what?
All things.
Everything He made. Read on.
And searcheth out all hidden things.
And He's searching out every hidden thing. So what you in your house thinking about the Most High searching it out?
That's right.
What you in your privacy doing the Most High searching it out?
That's right.
Right? Read on.
All hidden things in the secrets of the earth. Surely you know what your inventions.
You know your what?
Your inventions.
Meaning your imagination.
That's right.
He know it. He know who don't want to be here. He know who have problems. He know who love Him.
That's right.
He know who care about these last statutes and these commandments
Ah.
and judgment. Because what I notice in Africa, a lot of you don't like judgment. Am I lying? No, it's easy to say, watch out. Nobody wants to go through the consequence of they do something.
That's right.
Because law, statutes, commandments, and judgment.
That's right.
Because you think if you do something and I give you a pass, the Most High will not judge you. The Bible says it's a fearful thing to fall into the hands of God.
That's right.
So the best thing for anybody, take man's judgment at all costs. Because the God that you say understand, never tell nobody that he understands. The loving God that they teach you about, when you read this Bible, they kill more people than Satan. Have Satan never destroyed a city? The Most High destroy every city in this world. When you read about the book in Daniel 2, he said destroy every kingdom. Daniel 2, 44, 45, 43, and 44. The Most High said destroy all the kingdoms. So if you want to be smart, the record shows that God killed more people than Satan. So that's why the Bible says it's a fearful thing to fall into his hand.
That's right.
When you have him to judge you. They can tell Moses that the slave ship would come to Africa, didn't he? Did it came here? So weren't we crying and bawling to him? What he said was good. Sam was laughing, right?
Right.
Get that. Proverbs 1:26. Quickly. 1 second verse, Proverbs 1:26. Wake up. You will not sleep.
We go Proverbs 1, verse number 26.
26, read.
I also laugh at your calamity.
What the Most High say will do?
Laugh at your calamity.
Read on.
I will mock when your fear cometh.
When fear cometh, what the Most High say will do?
Mock.
Read on.
When your fear cometh as desolation, and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind.
Read.
When distress and anguish cometh upon you, then shall they call upon me, and I will not answer.
Look at that. The Most High said, you're going to be calling upon him, and what will happen?
He will not answer.
And what they tell you is all hearing God, wasn't it? Everything that they tell you is opposite to what the Bible teach. The Most High said, even when fear come, he said, you will call, but I will not answer.
That's right.
So the question is, are we ready? So go back into 2nd Ezra, Shema, and read 62 again.
Ezra 16, verse number 62.
Read on, sir.
Yea, and the Spirit of the Almighty YAHAWAH, which made all things, and searcheth out all hidden things in secret of the earth.
So the Most High search out everything in secret. He know what you think.
That's right.
Some of you know he know where your mind is. He know where your heart is. God, all of you never want to come to me. But David said what? Psalms 126. He was happy when it said, let's go to the house of the Lord. He was happy. At the house of the Lord, guess what is there? Everything. He was saying after the year. Because it's time to praise the Most High. You don't know that everything that we'll be teaching about this Bible, it's almost accomplished. You don't know that we're at the end now. So it's time for everybody to draw their socks up and work together. Some cannot be doing more than some. And that's part of the despiteful use. A lot of us here are users.
That's right.
But history always reveals itself, isn't it? You're going to be surprised. I'm telling you, you're going to be surprised. Read on, sir. What verse?
great.
Read.
Surely you know what your invention.
You know what you're thinking about. Some of you can't wait for lunchtime. You know that too. Some of you come the first thing you ask, I wonder what my extra I bring today. Right? Passover next week, some of you can't run for your wine mama. Aren't you? And some of you going to break it, you're going to just eat it and don't care. Right? Real?
Surely you know what your inventions and what you think in your heart. Even them not sin and would hide your sin.
And so you cannot hide.
That's right.
The Most High say you sin, but when you sin, what else you do? And the Most High have beautiful things of always revealing things.
That's right.
Because when one sin, one hide, right? Didn't Cain say, am I my brother's keeper? Cain said, am I my brother's keeper? After the Most High know everything will happen. The Most High know. And the Bible said some of us today will follow the ways of Cain.
That's right.
Read on, sir.
Verse number 64. Therefore had the Lord exalted, exactly search out all your works, and he will put you all to shame.
And that's what happened. The Most High said we'll search out all our works. And when he found, some will rejoice.
That's right.
But you're always going to be ashamed. You know why you're ashamed? Because you want to be perfect. And you hide iniquity and top of iniquity. But if you confess, everybody will know what it is. And we'll pray together. We'll work on that weakness that you have. And we'll be better person.
That's right.
Right? Read on.
Verse number 65. And when your sins are brought forth, you shall be ashamed before men, and your own sin shall be your accusers in that day.
Look at this. In what day?
In that day.
When all knees have to bow, and every tongue shall confess.
That's right.
But if you confess it now, put it on that scapegoat, it's forgiven. Simple as that, right? But if I make that day in front of everybody, the Most High going to present it.
That's right.
And the Bible says your own sin shall be a meaning if I run it down. You're going to try to flee from it, and it might come right beside you and stand up. Wake up, sir. Wake up. Right? Read on.
Verse 66. What will you do?
What the question the Most High asked? Because a lot of you will say, you can't judge me, right? I never hear nobody say that here. Okay, if you say that, I kick your ass off. But that's a norm in Christianity, right? Nobody can judge me, let God judge me. No, the Bible asks it. You don't prevent it, now you make it reach to the Most High. And the Most High said, he will not take it like that. He's going to shame you.
That's right.
Read.
What will you do? How will you hide your sin before YAHAWAH and his angels?
That's a question sign, right? So keep that in mind, brothers and sisters. So go back to Exodus. I can read up some more in this plate. So what the first thing did we deal with in Exodus? Huh? Yes, because it was not Moses who put his staff down and it turned into a snake. Moses turned into a snake, but it was a different moment. So for Deacon and Minor to get it, let's read it again, Shema. 7 and 10, quickly.
Go Exodus 7 verse 10.
Minor, take a Bible.
And Moses and Aaron went in unto Pharaoh, and did so as the Lord had commanded.
So Moses and Aaron went in unto Pharaoh, and they did what?
Did so as the Lord had commanded.
Read on.
And Aaron cast down his rod before Pharaoh.
Who cast down his rod?
Aaron.
Read on.
And before his servants, and it became a serpent.
And the rod became a what?
Serpent.
So it was Aaron's rod that brought down and became a serpent, not Moses. In front of Pharaoh. Read 7 and 1 for me.
Exodus 7 verse 1. And the Lord said unto Moses, See, I have made thee a god unto Pharaoh.
So what was Moses unto Pharaoh?
God.
Read on.
And And Aaron thy brother shall be thy prophet.
And Aaron shall be what?
Thy prophet.
So do you see it work hand in hand? Get Exodus 4, 1 to 3.
Look of Exodus 4, verse 1 to 3.
Read.
And Moses answered and said, but behold, they will not believe me.
So Moses said the children of Israel will not believe him, and we know that's why you are the children of Israel. You only believe in your own vain imagination.
That's right.
Read on.
Don't hearken unto my voice.
Meaning listen. So no matter how we come and say, go man study, you will not.
That's right.
Or some of you will not. If you start to read something, you just pray or you'll finish. When you want to read, you look how much verse it has. And say, oh, this is too long. Read on.
No hearken unto my voice. For they will say, the Lord hath not appeared unto thee.
Read.
And the Lord said unto him, what is that in thy hand? And he said, a rod.
And what Moses had in his hand?
A rod.
Read on.
And he said, cast it on the ground.
Read.
And he cast it on the ground, and it became a serpent. Moses fled before.
And Moses what?
Fled from before it.
So you see, this takes place in verse 4. So when the Mosai want to play it out in verse 7, the Mosai could not call Moses again because what happened to him? He was scared of serpent, like Moses here. So that's why Aaron get the job to do. Because Moses said, hey, snake. Moses took himself away. See? So he could not do the mission. So the Mosai ready for the mission in verse 7. The Mosai said, Aaron, you come and do this mission. Now, how would it feel Moses running before fear? Moses scared of it, fear is scared of it. So go to Exodus 8 verse 1 now, sir.
Exodus 8 verse 1.
Yes, so we're reading what now? The second plague. So the first plague was what? What was the first plague? What was the first plague? What is the first plague, Daba? YAHAWAH, what is the first plague? YAHAWAH, first plague. Maishara. Same thing? So everybody said the same thing. Is it the water or the waters? The waters. So purifies it. Now when they say the water, it makes it sound like it was only the river Nile. It was every water in Egypt turned into blood. Right? So read verse 8 now. So we're going into the second plague now. Huh? And what was the second plague? Right, read verse 2, Shama.
Book of Exodus 8 verse 2. And if thou refuse to let them go, behold, I will smite all thy borders with frogs. The river shall bring forth frogs abundantly, which shall go up and come into thine house.
So you see that? So where the Bible said the frogs will come from? The rivers. So even though we understand that frogs come out certain time, even in Ghana. What time of the year we have frogs? So we know the specific time of the Passover season. See that? Morning time, if you walk now, you hear the frogs and singing. They get some water, they never put out water, they singing. So the Most High said the second plague was going to come up on the land, was frogs was coming out of the water, and it would be so much frogs. What would happen? Frogs would be in the houses. Right? So frog was not something that we eat then. And the Egyptian wasn't eating frogs. See a lot of frogs, it's a plague. Right? Read on.
We shall go up and come into thine house, and into thy bedchamber, and upon thy bed, and into the house of thy servants, and upon thy people.
So frog was even in your bed. You go to sleep, frog was jumping on you. And these are not the frog you could kiss and make a prince. You see the white man packet? You kiss the frog and you become a prince. You see the same man, everything that God do, right? Read on.
And into thy ovens, and into your kneading stoves, and the frogs shall come up both on thee and upon thy people and upon thy servants.
Read.
And the Lord spake unto Moses, say unto Aaron.
What verse here?
5.
Jump to verse 8.
Verse 8.
So the second plague was what? Jump to verse 8.
Verse 8. And Pharaoh called for Moses and Aaron and said, entreat the Lord, that he may take away the frogs from me and from my people.
So you see that? The frog was so much. The frog was worse than the water become blood. So at this point, Aaron called Moses, Pharaoh called Moses and Aaron and said, listen man, speak to the Lord to get rid of all these frogs. Because at this point the magician in verse 7 could not fix the problem. Can? Read on, Shema.
And Moses said unto Pharaoh, glory over me. Why shall I entreat for thee and for thy servant, and for thy people, to destroy the frogs from thee and thy house, and they may remain in the river only? And he said, tomorrow. And he said, be it according to thy word, that thou mayest know that there is none like unto the Lord our God.
Right? So they make an agreement. But guess what happened? When the frog gone, Pharaoh break the agreement. And the most I tell you in that segment that he had in Pharaoh's hearts. So what's the number 3 plague now? The back. Plague number 3. Huh? What's number 3 plague, man? Nice, well done. Not flies, lice. So jump to 16, Shema.
Verse number 16. And the Lord said unto Moses, say unto Aaron, stretch out thy rod and smite the dust of the land, and it may become lights throughout all the land of Egypt.
So who push out that rod? Read verse 16.
Verse 16. And the Lord said unto Moses, say unto Aaron, stretch out thy rod.
So who stretch out the rod? Aaron. Because Moses was like a what? Moses was like a what? And Aaron was the who? Read on.
And they did so, but Aaron stretched out his hand with his rod, and smote the dust of the earth, and became lice in man and in beasts. All the dust of the land became lice throughout the land of Egypt.
See, you see that? So lice was troubling man and animals. Even the dust that blow would blow lice. So that would be like COVID. It would be a pandemic. But again, the lice came. Guess who the lice was not troubling? Children of Israel. Just like when COVID came, guess who he wasn't troubling? Likewise. Right? Read on Shema 18.
Verse 18. The magicians did so with their enchantment to bring forth lice, but they could not. So they were lice upon man and upon beast.
So the magician, the witches tried. They could not show fear of that. So lice was upon man and animals. Read?
Then the magician said unto Pharaoh, this is the finger of God. And the Pharaoh's heart was hardened, and he made it not unto them.
So even Pharaoh's own magician said this. This is not no magician, Pharaoh. This is of God. And what happened?
And in his heart.
So what's the fourth plague we're going into now? Fourth plague was flies. So read verse 20, sir.
Verse number 20. And the Lord said unto Moses, rise up early in the morning and stand before Pharaoh. Though he cometh forth to the water, and say unto him, thus saith the Lord, let my people go, that they may serve me.
So the whole purpose was we to be let go to serve God, not to be let go to be free. Not to be let go to our free will to sin or to do wickedness. So the Most High said, Pharaoh have to go to the water, which is the Nile. So go there and meet him and tell him, say, listen, Pharaoh, it's time to let the children of Israel go. Right? Read on, sir.
Else if thou not let my people go, behold, I will send swarms of flies upon thee, and upon thy servant, and upon thy people, and eat thy houses, and the houses of the Israel shall be full of swarms of flies, and also the ground whereon they are.
So you see how many flies are going to be there? In the evening ground where you stand on, flies will be. Right? Read on.
Now observe in that day the land of Goshen, in which my people dwell, that no swarms of flies shall be there. To the end thou mayest know that I am the Lord in the place of the earth.
Really?
Now put a division between my people and thy people. Tomorrow shall this sign be.
Look at this. So all of a sudden now everybody can be saved. When the Most High said I put a division between who?
My people and thy people.
So we're not one people. So the Most High said wherever the children of Israel were, no flies would be there. But flies would be in the Egyptian house. Huh? So that where in Egypt was the majority of the children of Israel at? What city in Egypt did the majority of the children of Israel live from? Mayana? Mayana?
Goshen.
Goshen. We just read it. The Most High said flies will be in Alexandria, so-called Cairo, everywhere else, but there will be no flies in Goshen. Reading the Bible, it's right here. Right? Read what verse here, Shema?
22.
Read.
And I will serve in that day the land of Goshen, in which my people dwell, that no swarms of flies shall be there.
Read.
The end thou mayest know that I am the Lord in the midst of the earth. Now put a division between my people and thy people. Tomorrow shall this sign be.
Read.
And the Lord did so, and there came a grievous swarm of flies to the house of Pharaoh, and into his servants' houses, and into all the land of Egypt, and the land was corrupted by reason of the swarms of flies.
So the flies never give them no rest. But no, you have people who tell her none of this thing happened. You have people who tell her this is a myth. So if it's a myth, what country take on Egypt? If we never took on Egypt when it took them, what country took them from rulership? Ask them that. If the children of Israel never took Egypt, what country took it down? Because that country that took it down have to have history that it took it, right? And the only history that have Israel took it, and the Bible is the #1 selling book in the world. That's the history. Because the Romans entered into Israel even after the Persian and the Babylonian captivity. If you really want to get technical, Nebuchadnezzar put Egypt in slavery too. That's where he was going before he stopped in Israel. Huh? So jump to 25, Shema.
Verse 25, and Pharaoh called for Moses and for Aaron, and said, Go ye sacrifice to your God in the land.
What Pharaoh did?
Sacrifice to your God in the land.
Pharaoh called and Pharaoh said, leave and go praise your God in your own land. And it was just how many plagues? 4 plagues. And by the time it reached 4 plagues, Pharaoh come and Pharaoh said, leave. Right? 26.
And Moses said, It is not meet so to do, for we shall sacrifice the abomination of the Egyptians to the Lord our God. Though shall we sacrifice the abomination of the Egyptians before their eyes, and we did not stone us?
So Moses said, we will not stay and do this in Egypt. We're not going to stay in Egypt and we don't sacrifice to our God. Right? Read on.
We will go 3 days journey into the wilderness and sacrifice to the Lord our God, as he shall command us.
So Moses said, let us go in the wilderness. We need 3 days journey, and then we will sacrifice to our God. So give the command for us to go. Right? Read on.
And Pharaoh said, I will let you go, that ye may sacrifice to the Lord your God in the wilderness. Only ye shall not go very far away, to entreat for me. And Moses said, Behold, I go out from thee, and I will entreat the Lord that the swarms of flies may depart from Pharaoh, from his servants and from his people tomorrow. But let not Pharaoh deal deceitfully anymore, and not let the people go to sacrifice to the Lord.
So you are Moses to Moses warning. Read.
And Moses went out from Pharaoh and entreated the Lord. And the Lord did according to the word of Moses, to remove the swarms of flies from Pharaoh, from his servants and from his people. There remained not one. And Pharaoh had in his heart at this time also, neither would he let the people go.
He changed his mind. What Pharaoh did? Change his mind. He said, what will happen now? I'm not letting them go anymore. And the Most High is good at that. The Most High said, okay, we'll continue. 9 and 1.
Chapter 9, verse 1. Then the Lord said unto Moses, go in unto Pharaoh and tell him, I said the Lord, what are the Hebrews? Let my people go that they may serve me. But if thou refuse to let them go and will hold them still, behold, the hand of the Lord is upon thy cattle which is in the field, upon the horses, upon the asses, upon the camels, upon the oxen, upon the sheep. There shall be a very grievous famine.
Read on.
The Lord shall severe between the cattle of Israel and the cattle of Egypt. And there shall nothing die of all that is the children of Israel. And the Lord appointed a set time, saying, tomorrow the Lord shall do this thing in the land.
Read on.
And the Lord did that thing on the morrow, and all the cattle of Egypt died. But the cattle of the children of Israel died not one. And Pharaoh said, and behold, there was not one of the cattle of the Israelites dead. And the heart of Pharaoh was hardened, and he did not let the people go.
Look at this. This is the one that nobody never mentioned. The death of the animals. When you ask people in plagues, nobody never answered it. So the Most High hid them where their food is. Just imagine they wake up and all the sheep in Ghana die except 10 or 12 men. None of your sheep died. You see how grievous the Most High was? The Most High went into the country and killed every last animal in that country. So when the children of Israel who have all the animals leave, what would happen to those people? Starvation. And this is the God that you say you do one-on-one with. This is the God that you say is an all-powerful God. He answers every prayer, right? What did the animal do to it? They come. What did the Billy do to it? And the Most High said, I did this for you. Likewise, even today, somebody want to save the white man, right? Somebody want to save him. I don't know what fear Esau put on you. Make when Ghanaian people sing that power is a touch of good man. I don't know what fear this red man put into you. Even though some of you still want to save him. But thank be to the name of Yahawah. If he never saved none in Egypt, he never saved none in the Babylonian captivity. He never Nebuchadnezzar to eat grass. The Persian captivity, we only saved the Israelites. The Greek captivity, the Maccabees fight the Most High, protect them against the Greek. Guess what we don't have now? Some of your love for the white man will not exist. And thank be to the name of the Most High for that. And thank be Esau was the firstborn. And the Most High made his firstborn. Thank be to that. Because somebody will want to save him. Right? What verse we have, Shaman? Verse 8. 9:1. You don't read 9:1 already? 9 verse 8, sir. So that's a fifth plague. Let's go to the sixth plague.
9 verse 8.
Yes.
And the Lord said unto Moses and unto Aaron, take to you handfuls of ashes of furnace. Let Moses sprinkle it toward the heaven in the sight of Pharaoh.
So what is this when you take ashes to sprinkle into the heaven? Somebody see you do that, they might say it's witchcraft, right? Right? Read on.
And it shall become small dust in all the land of Egypt. And shall be a ball breaking forth with flames upon man, and upon this throughout all the land of Egypt.
So you see that? What is the sixth plague? So what is it we call our boils now? Syphilis. What any one of those boils. Boil was all over your body. So they weren't getting plague after plague. So this was the next pandemic. The other one was foot-and-mouth disease. And the white man called it foot-and-mouth disease when you have to kill the animal. You all remember that, right? Yes. Chicken flu or pig flu, whatever you call it. So now we're going over boils. So number 6 is boils. So if I say 6, you just said boils. Right? Read on, sir.
And they took ashes of the furnace and stood before Pharaoh, and Moses sprinkled it up toward heaven. It became a ball breaking forth with blaze upon man and upon beast. The magicians could not stand before Moses because of the balls.
So not even the magicians could present themselves. All of Moses' wise men, none of them could what? Stand before Moses. Right? Read on.
But the God was upon the magicians and upon all the Egyptians. God hardened the heart of Pharaoh, and he hardened not unto them, as the Lord has spoken unto Moses.
So jump to verse 22, Shaman. Let's go to the seventh plague. And what is the seventh plague, Zamar? Huh? Yes, number 7 is here. Read on.
Verse number 22. The Lord said unto Moses, stretch forth thy hand toward heaven, and there may be hailed in all the land of Egypt, upon man and upon beast and upon every head of the field throughout the land of Egypt.
Real?
And Moses stretched forth his rod toward heaven, and the Lord sent tender and hail, and the fire ran along upon the ground, and the Lord rained hail upon the land of Egypt.
You see that? Any of you ever see hail yet? We see hail already. The hail that we see is small though. It's ice falling from the sky. So even in Jamaica, when certain rain fall here, it's up on the roof. So when they go outside, they pick it up, it's ice. But we saw a lot more of it in America. No, snow is soft. This is ice, pebbles. Can we mash up a car window? Yes, falling ice. But the Bible said these hail that was coming, some was ice, some was fire. So number 7, the Most High said, let's fool Egypt with all these hails. Right? Read on.
So there was hail and fire mingled with the hail.
So you see what was coming? Okay, so just imagine the burning what we should have in Egypt. Because even in this captivity to come again, the Most High said, hail going to come again. But he said, these hail going to be bigger. Right? Read on. What verse is that, sir?
Verse 24. So there was hail and fire mingled with the hail, very grievous, such as there was none like it in all the land of Egypt since it became a nation.
So it was very what? Grievous. And there was nothing. So this number 7 here beat everything that come before. Now this hail was coming fire and ice. So if this hail drop on your house, guess what happened to you? Right? So the Most High really wrecked that place before he moved that place. Right? Jump to 27.
Verse 27. And Pharaoh said to them, call for Moses and Aaron and said unto them, I have sinned this time. The Lord is righteous, and I and my people are wicked.
What Pharaoh said?
I have sinned this time.
YAHAWAH is what?
Righteous.
And what happened?
I and my people are wicked.
We know that they were wicked. Moses no. Aaron no. Joshua no. But some of you never know. And you tell Moses, why don't leave Pharaoh alone, Moses? Did we ask you for help, Moses? This is what you said to Moses. But Pharaoh know that him and his people were the wicked. Right? Read on.
I have sinned this time. The Lord is righteous, and I and my people are wicked. Entreat the Lord, for it is now. And there be no more mighty thunderings and hail. And I will let you go, you shall stay no longer.
So did Pharaoh keep that agreement? Never keep that agreement. So read 10 verse 1, Shama. Let's go to number 8 now.
And the Lord said unto Moses, go in unto Pharaoh. I have hardened his heart in the heart of the servant, that I may show this my sign for him. And that thou mayest tell in the ears of thy son and of thy son's son, what things I have brought in Egypt.
So hear what the Moses said. That's why we're reading the Bible today. This is almost 4,000 years of history we're reading here. And the Moses said, Pharaoh on 2 occasions already, Pharaoh is ready to say, let's go. The Moses said, no. I'm hardening his heart. Because we're going to talk about what takes place in Egypt, just for glorification purpose. The Moses said, I'm doing this. You jump to verse 12.
Verse 12. And the Lord said unto Moses, stretch out thine hand over the land of Egypt for the locusts.
For the what?
Locusts.
So this is what plague here now. Number?
8.
Number 8 is locusts. Right? So number 8 is what? Read on, Shaman.
That they may come up upon the land of Egypt and eat every herb of the land, even all the hill hath left.
So you see that? The Bible said the locusts going to come and eat some herbs. Every herb that's on the land. That's what the hate plague did. So all this week that we know, it will be ill. After ill is darkness. After darkness is firstborn, isn't it? So this week, all 3 plagues will be in this week. Right, read on.
And Moses stretched forth his rod over the land of Egypt, and Lord God and east wind upon the land all that day, all that night. And when it was morning, the east wind brought the locusts.
The east wind brought the what?
The locusts.
So you see that? Wherever the locust was, the wind blew them and bring them to Egypt. And you know the east wind only come at spring. So the east wind blow them from wherever they were, and the locusts come and they pitch tent into where? Egypt. Read on, sir.
And the locusts went up over all the land of Egypt, and rested in all the coasts of Egypt. Very grievous were they. Before them there were no such locusts as they, neither after them shall be such. For they covered the face of the whole earth,
Read.
so that the land was blackened. And they did eat every herb of the land, and all the fruits of the trees which the hill had left. And there remained not any green thing in the trees, or in the herbs of the field, through all the land of Egypt.
So you see that? So the Most High was striking these people now. Plagues. Each plague was more grievous. Right? So jump to verse 21 now, Shema. 10 and 21. So we're going to number 9 now. Can? So what's the number 9 plague? Darkness. Read.
And the Lord said unto Moses, stretch out thy hand toward heaven, and there may be darkness over the land of Egypt, even darkness which may be felt.
Read.
Moses stretched forth his hand toward heaven, and there was thick darkness in all the land of Egypt 3 days.
How long was the darkness?
3 days.
So you see that. So we're in this week now. Right? Read on.
They saw not one another, neither rose from his place from thee for 3 days.
For how many days?
3 days.
Read.
But all the children of Israel had light in their dwellings.
Look at this. Put your name out, sir. When you sneeze, put your name out. So how many days were there darkness in Egypt? And the Bible said the darkness was so thick, they could not see what? But who have light in their houses? The children of Israel. And the Bible said we are the light of the world. Right? Read on, sir.
Moses called unto Pharaoh and said, Go ye, said the Lord, only let your flocks and your herds stay. Let your little ones also go with you. And Moses said,
See what Pharaoh called and said. Pharaoh called and said, Moses, go. But let all the animals stay with us. Look at this. Because the Most High killed the animals, right? So they have nothing. So it would be a deal. I can't send you all the animals. What happened to me and my people? So this was a deal, no fit. But you have to know, Pharaoh was not at the point of negotiation. He could not see his death coming. Because he said, Moses, you can go. But let the little boys in, you see them? They can come and serve us. Don't take your children. Don't take your animals. But you and the people and go. Right? What Moses said, read on.
Verse number 5. And all the first ones in the land of Egypt shall die.
What you reading, Shema?
25.
And Moses said, Thou must give us also sacrifices and burnt offerings, that we may sacrifice unto the Lord our God.
So Moses said we cannot go without what? Because you're telling the Most High can't say after all that burnt offerings. Moses knows this. So Moses said, oh, we might leave Egypt and we have nothing to offer our God. Right? Read on.
Our cattle also shall go with us. There shall not an hoof be left behind. But thereof must we take to serve the Lord our God. And we will know not with what we must serve the Lord until we come thither.
So hear what Moses said, not even a hoof. Meaning a cow feet will be back in Egypt. Moses said we're not even leaving a name, a boat that's a name. So you see how serious Moses was? Moses never said, okay, we'll give you a son. No, that's why when you read Hebrews 11, he said, by faith. Moses said, I don't want to be called the prince of Egypt. I want to sit with my people. For the hatred what Moses offered these people, Moses said, we will not let one Aboah in this land. Not even one. All of them coming up with us. Right? Read on.
And Pharaoh said unto him, Get thee from me, take heed to thyself, see my face no more. For in that day thou seest my face, thou shalt die.
What verse is that?
It's 8. And Moses said, Thou hast spoken well. I will see thy face again no more.
Because your word is your bond. Right? Your word is your what?
Wow.
So read 11.
Chapter 11 verse 1. The Lord said unto Moses, Yet will I bring one plague more upon Pharaoh and upon Egypt. Afterwards he will let you go hence.
You know?
When he shall let you go, he shall surely thrust you out hence altogether.
And when he said all together, what it means? The animals and everybody. Read on.
Speak now in the ears of the people, and let every man borrow of his neighbor, and every woman of her neighbor, jewels of silver and jewels of gold.
See, what when the Moses said borrow of them, what it meant? You take them. Moses said, speak to all the children of Israel. The Egyptians are weeping now. Go in the house and take all the jewels that they have. All the gold, all the silver, go and take it from them. Because now they fear us. They see you stand up at their gate, they want to run, disappear. Right? Bring on.
And the Lord gave the people favor in the sight of the Egyptians. Moreover, the man Moses was very great in the land of Egypt, in the sight of Pharaoh's servants, in the sight of the people. And Moses said, Thus said the Lord, I was very night till I go out into the midst of Egypt, and all the firstborns in the land of Egypt shall die.
All the firstborn shall what?
Shall die.
So this is the final proof. Because Egypt was the world power, right? So what they have for the Most High? You have to have a sacrifice for him. You're not going to rule over the Most High people and the entire earth. And then when the Most High come knocking, you have nothing to present. Right? Read on.
And all the firstborns in the land of Egypt shall die from the firstborn of Pharaoh that sitteth upon his throne. Even unto the firstborn of the maid servant that is behind the mill, and all the firstborn of beasts. There shall be a great cry throughout all the land of Egypt, such as there was none like it, nor shall be like it.
So now it is finished. The Most High said, I'm going to hear a cry in this land. And by this point, what did Egyptians start to see? Dreams. That's why they were so weak that they could go and take their jewels. So they were like mad people in Egypt. One of them wake up and said, did you have that dream? He said, yes. He said, I have that dream too. So that's all they were talking about. So they fear us. And we take everything that they have. Read on, sir.
There shall be a great cry throughout all the land of Egypt, such as there was none like it, nor shall be like it anymore.
Read.
And against any of the children of Israel shall not a God move his tongue.
Read on.
Against man or beast. And you may know how that the Lord doth put a difference between the Egyptians and Israel.
So you see that? So we all were black people. So the Most High said, he put a difference between we and them. Right? Read on.
And all these thy servants shall come down unto me and bow down themselves unto me, saying, Get thee out, and all the people that follow thee. And after that I will go out. And he went out from Pharaoh in a great anger. The Lord said unto Moses, Pharaoh shall not hearken unto you, that my wonders may be multiplied in the land of Egypt. Moses and Aaron did all these wonders before Pharaoh, and the Lord hardened Pharaoh's heart so that he would not let the children of Israel go.
So who are the Pharaoh heart? The Most High heart in his heart. So the 9th plague was darkness. The 10th plague was what? Was what? What was it? Death of the firstborn and slaughter. So jump to 12:29, Shema.
Exodus 12, verse 29. And it came to pass that at midnight the Lord smote all the firstborn in the land of Egypt.
At what time was it?
Midnight.
And what did the Most High do? Why would God do this? God is good. The devil is bad. I never say Satan slew them. What time did it Shema?
Midnight.
Read again, sir.
And it came to pass that at midnight the Lord smote all the firstborn in the land of Egypt. From the firstborn of Pharaoh that sat on his throne unto the firstborn of the captive that was in dungeon.
So the one in dungeon is the prison. So our firstborn, that's it. Real?
And all the firstborn of cattle.
Our the firstborn of what?
Cattle.
Hey, Betsy just have a baby. What Betsy baby did? My goat just have a firstborn, right? Even that the Most High kill it. Why? Real?
And Pharaoh rose up in the night, he and all his servants, and all the Egyptians. And there was a great cry in Egypt, but there was not a house where there was not one dead.
So when I read in Solomon, Wisdom of Solomon last week, this is what it was talking about. The great cry. It said it was not one house that somebody have not died. Remember when I read Wisdom of Solomon last week, he said there were people died than what to bury them? Do you remember that? Read on.
And he called for Moses and Aaron by night and said, Rise up and get you forth from my people, from not my people.
Real?
Both ye and the children of Israel, and go serve the Lord as ye have said. Also take your flocks and your herds as ye have said, and be gone.
So you see that? Take everything and go. Real?
And bless me also. And the Egyptians were agents upon the people that they might send them out of the land to waste.
So the Egyptian was helping your part. The Egyptian wanted land so bad that they were helping you. They were packing up everything. They said, leave! Right? Read on.
What they said, we be all dead men.
We'll be all what?
Dead men.
If one more plague should come, who else was going to be taken?
The last ones.
So the Egyptians said, get up and leave. If you don't leave, we'll all be all dead people, man. Read on.
And the people took their dough before it was living.
They took our what?
Their dough.
Before it was what?
Living.
Meaning before it was fermented. That was still Passover, huh? So we take the dough that is not fermented. So no banku for you, no galboy for you, no fufu for you. Right? You could eat coconut. Coconut ferment too?
Yes, you can eat fufu, but not coconut.
You can eat fufu but not coconut. What verse we at, Shammai?
Verse 35.
Shammai 35, read on.
And the people took their dough before it was living, their living clothes, clean bound up in their clothes upon their shoulders.
So they tie their dough. You said, I go sister, you want to always have the bread wrapper? He said they tie it in material and they throw it up because you know your people love food, right? And they buy Burma. They stop at 12 o'clock. So Sapphira called at 1 o'clock to leave. So now 3 a.m. in the morning we're on our way out. But Zamar love our food so much, Zamar tied trade on our shoulder. They say, who packing up the curry and the rice? That's all they were about 3 o'clock in the morning, your belly, your food. See that? It was about the food. So the Most High said, tie with your train on your shoulder, you have it all about.
Yeah.
Right? Read on.
And the children of Israel did according to the word of Moses. And they borrowed of the Egyptians jewels of silver and jewels of clothes and raiment.
Clothing.
The Lord gave the people favor in the sight of the Egyptians, so that they lent unto them substance as they depart.
So when they said lend, meaning they were giving it to us free. They were afraid so much. You look and say, is that a earring? They took it off already. Take it. Because we put fear upon them. Right? Read on. You have a question?
I wanted to ask that when a man has two different firstborns, who is the most likely?
The first one.
So with you, that person is not the firstborn, but with the woman, that is the firstborn.
If the most I recover from you and the man, that's his problem. You take
The
whosoever you
man
want.
can lose spiritual birth.
Definitely.
Hey. The man can lose spiritual birth. When you have different women.
Not 3 different women, 2 different wives. Read on, Shaman. 37.
And they spoiled the Egyptians.
And in what?
Spoiled the Egyptians.
Real?
And the children of Israel journeyed from Ramesses to Sukkot. About 600,000 foot, that were men.
So 600,000 how many?
That were men.
So you know women and children outnumbered men. But I will always say this was wrong choice of Moses. Should I take his wives and Aaron and his wife and Joshua and just leave the rest of them? That would be, you would have survived that. 600 men you have control over. How you want control them? 600,000. How you want control them? When? How? Read on, sir.
And a mixed multitude went up also with them.
And who was the mixed multitude? Some of the Egyptians came too. Some of the Egyptians said, we know God is with you, we're coming. See that? Read on.
And flocks and herds, eating very much cattle. They baked on living cakes of the dough, which they brought forth out of Egypt.
What did they make? So because we still in the feast, so we were making unleavened cakes. Right, read on.
For it was not leavened, because they were thrust out of Egypt and could not tarry. Neither had they prepared for themselves any victual.
So we never have lunch pack. Read on.
Now the sojourning of the children of Israel who dwelt in Egypt was 430.
Meaning we sojourned in the land of Egypt for 430 years, not a slave. But the record starts from Abraham went into Egypt. Remember Abraham was the first one there? So he began there. So even when the Moses said, I called my son to come out of Egypt, it's either Abraham or YAHAWAH. Do you understand me? So people put it and say, see, the Egyptian are his son. No! The first son that was there was who? Abraham. And the Moses said, leave. And remember when Abraham leave? Abraham leave with sheep and cattle too, right? Exactly. And then the second time is when YAHAWAH was there for 4 years. So that's why YAHAWAH was telling them, Abraham called me Lord. Abraham prayed to me. I was the one who told Abraham to leave Egypt. The people could not get it. Right? Read on, sir.
Now the sojourning of the children of Israel who dwelt in Egypt was 430 years. And it came to pass at the end of the 430 years, even the selfsame day it came to pass, that all the hosts of the Lord went out from the land.
So you see that? So the same time when Abraham went to Egypt is the same time the children of Israel leave Egypt. Same month, same date, same everything. Right? Read on.
It's a night you might observe unto the Lord for bringing them out from the land of Egypt.
So that's why we have to observe Passover. You hear what it says? It's a night to be much observed. So our Passover will be done in holiness. I know you see some people do their Passover as a party, is a dancing. We weren't doing that. When you hear so many people mourning around you. So because some of us forget the affection of what takes place. Some of us forget what takes place. Because the question is, what if you was an Israelite, but you never believed to put your blood upon your doorpost? Right? What would have happened in that house when YAHAWAH come in there? Could you say, Pocha, please? If the blood was not on your post, that's why you have to listen, brothers and sisters, and be obedient to the word of YAHAWAH. And the same day, every Passover is significant. Every Passover is big. That's why you read Acts. He said, what happened? At the time of the Passover, who did they kill? James. And they put Peter into prison too. When you read Acts 12, verse 1 to 4. So Passover is significant. It's a night that Muslims must observe. And you have to come and be in the right spirit. Okay? If you're not in the right spirit, guess what spirit you have? The Holy Spirit? Who is the demon? Who? Whose spirit will you have? Judas. You're not right, you'll come there with Judas' spirit.
Yeah, right?
Remember, Judas eat the Passover, right? Hey, Deacon, give me to see unleavened bread. They eat the unleavened bread with you, right? Hey, Deacon, this is your wine. They drink it too, right? So Judas can be your wife, your children, anyone. That spirit can come upon any one of you if you're not in the right spirit and the right mindset. Because just imagine what take place this night. And the only thing people can see you doing in your house, rejoicing. And you eating and drinking. And you have light in your house. And when Pharaoh wake up, Pharaoh said, so did any of the Hebrews die? No Pharaoh. So we have to teach these to our children too. For them to know the benefit of what takes place. That's why when I read verse 11, the Most High said, even the Pharaohs that went tell their children. Why you think you need a visa to go to Egypt today? Why Jordan opened their borders to West African country? And Jordan and Egypt is border. You can walk, it's land. And Egypt don't open their borders for you. Ask yourself, you never ask yourself that question, right? No West African country have freedom to go to Egypt. Until this day. Why the Egyptians don't want to do it? Why? But Jordan say, oh, they can come. Jordan say, you don't need a visa to come. But Egypt say you have to have a visa and it's hard for them to give you one. Why do you think that's the case? The Ethiopian can go to Egypt. The Somalian can go to Egypt. The Ugandan can go to Egypt. But not the Nigerian, not Mali, not Ghanaian, not Burkina Faso. Why is that? Why when Muhammad was in power, Egypt never sent nobody? Ask yourself, how you never think about things like that? How you don't care? But we watch everything. Because there was a scenario in Israel, 1978. 1978 in Israel, the black Jews that moved there, 1966, the white man, the Israel prime minister, was deporting them. So 1978, they rolled up all of them, and they said they're sending them back. Egypt came in. You all never know this, right?
Very well.
Huh?
I heard something about it.
Yes, the Egyptian came in. And the Egyptian said, don't send them back to America, send them with us. Because wherever they are, we'll be blessed. You never know that, right? 1978. Egypt president, I forgot his name, but he was the one that said the true Jews came back and came back white. He tell Israel, he said, these black Jews that you have, don't send them back to America. Send them to Egypt, because wherever they are, the people will be blessed. Guess what Israel did? Israel bring them, and Israel say, no, this piece of land here, nobody dwell there. We'll make a stadium. And that land is called the Mona today. And they dwell there until this day. You never know that history, right? Google it. This take place in 1978. Israel said, we will need all of them to go back to America. So he went and sent them back to America. Egypt said, no, no, give them to us. Israel said, we will not give them to Egypt. You know what, come, I have this piece of land here. You take it. So history is big and it's far. So when I go to Israel and I hear them on and give the story, I was amazed. Do you understand? Finish up, Shama.
It's a night we might observe, verse 2. It's a night we might observe unto the Lord for bringing them out from the land of Egypt. This is that night of the Lord to observe all the children of Israel in their generations.
So you see that? So all the children of Israel in all their generation must observe the night of the Passover. Right? Read on.
And the Lord said unto Moses and Aaron, this is the ordinance of Passover. There shall no stranger eat thereof.
So the Bible said no stranger shall what? Because why? You see, remember the Passover done already, you know. So now we are on our journey. The Most High said what? This is the rules of it. So if you have your Gentile wife, she can just come and do the Passover like that. So just like when we came in the truth for years, Passover time we used to put it out there. So anybody who wants to come, we make them come under the Passover. But about 2005, 2006, we have to stop. And we have to say Passover is only for people who have the mindset to know the Israelites and to care about the arguments. As somebody come and do the Passover, then they go and eat them. It's not worth for them. Do you understand? Just like somebody uncircumcised taking the Passover, it's not good for you. It's not good. So maybe we have to tell Brother Ben to circumcise somebody. It will be good for them. And you might think it's hard. I will do it in a minute. Don't you feel pain? Like easier you do it now than later on. At least I can use a sharp knife. If you have to let me use a spoon, I'm sorry for you. Do you understand? So it's rules for who can keep the Passover. Right? Read on, sir.
But every man's servant that is bought for money, when thou hast circumcised him, then shall he eat thereof.
So you see that? If you are the servants that you pay for money, so mean you own the servants, then what you have to do with the servant? Circumcise him. Then he can do what? Right? Read on.
A foreigner and an hired servant shall not eat thereof.
A foreigner and a hired servant. Hired, right? Hired servant. And what does this mean? Because they're working for you. They're doing day-to-day job. You don't own them. And a foreigner is someone who come and visit you. So your long-time auntie come and visit you. Can you just bring them into the Passover? Because as I said, we don't do the Passover in remembrance as this. We do it like it's a party. Do you understand? So it's a get-together. So, Sister Bernard cannot make it. Let me bring home food to give her.
Yeah.
Let me bring her a plate. That's how you look at Passover. But you have to know the seriousness of this. The Bible said the same day we went into Egypt is the same day, 430 years later, we came out from Egypt. So if YAHAWAH died on this night, we're looking for YAHAWAH to come back on this night, regardless where we are, at what point in life we are. So nobody that we don't know, their deeds can just run up under the Passover like this. And even some of you here, we have to know what you're doing now.
That's right.
It's very important. Because when you show up and you do the Passover, will you keep it for the full 7 days? That's a question. You say, I will know what you will do in your house, right? But do you want the Most High to open it up? Which one you read? Because I'm not going to know what you're doing in your house, would I? So the question is, the Most High can reveal that, right? So the first person to 11, it would be righteous for the Most High to make that person sick, right?
That's right.
Would it be that way? Hold that, Shaman. Get the 1 Thessalonians 1:6. All right. Second Thessalonians 1:5.
Second Thessalonians 1 verse 5.
Right?
Second Thessalonians 1 verse 5. Which is a manifest token of the righteous judgment of YAHAWAH.
So we read what? Which is manifest token of the righteous judgment of YAHAWAH. Read on.
And she may be counted worthy of the kingdom of YAHAWAH, for which she also suffered.
So we are suffering together, right? But the job is for us to be worthy. What the key word there? Of the kingdom of YAHAWAH. So we are suffering it together.
That's right.
Read verse 6.
Verse 6. Seeing it is a righteous thing with YAHAWAH to recompense tribulation.
Look at them.
That shows you.
So the Bible said no. If you're not playing your part to be worthy for this kingdom, the Bible says, seeing it is a righteous thing with YAHAWAH, recompense means pay them with what? Tribulation to them that trouble us.
Ah.
So what that's saying? Get me 1 Corinthians 1:10.
You know, 1 Corinthians 1.
10.
1 Corinthians 1 verse number 10. Now I beseech you, brethren, by the name of our Lord YAHAWAH HaMashiach, that you all speak the same thing.
That we are what?
Speak the same thing.
So what if some want to be here for the wrong reason or the wrong purpose? So it's a righteous thing with YAHAWAH to render tribulation and that.
That's right.
What Paul said here, read on.
Now I beseech you, brethren, that by the name of our Lord YAHAWAH HaMashiach, that you all speak the same thing, and that there be no divisions among you.
We do what?
Speak the same thing and no divisions.
So this is where 1 o'clock come in. We all have to be on the same one path. Because in Egypt, we all wasn't on the same link. And all who wasn't on it, they died. Huh? So go back to Exodus, Shema. What verse we at? 46. 45.
Yes.
Start at 45.
Exodus 12 verse 5. A foreigner and an hired servant shall not eat thereof.
Read on.
In one house shall it be eaten. And thou shalt not carry forth out of the flesh brought out of the house. Neither shall he break the bone thereof.
So you see that. So nobody should be sucking on no Passover bone. And nobody should bring no Passover meal home to nobody.
That's right.
Do you understand? You cut the flesh off the bone. If the bone break, that's different. After you roast it, cooking it, if the bone break, that's different. But you shouldn't be chopping bone off or chewing on bone, sucking on bone. You cannot be doing that. So and I hope you know and watch your children and that will do stuff like that. Watch them. Read on, sir.
All the congregation of Israel shall keep it.
All the
Congregation of Israel.
So it's not a point you said, I will not do it. The Bible says all children of Israel should do this. And that's why I give you rules. That's why you cannot have kebab later, Zama. You cannot have kebab. Sorry. What you doing to my sister here? Light soup or farm nut or garden? Which one was it?
I said one of the members.
Okay.
But anybody.
So So who was killing that lamb, Shama? Because you all was digging there. Deacon was killing the lamb?
Yeah,
Huh?
you can buy a life.
He wasn't alive now. So this so piece of the lamb.
But I think how they do it, I was
So some of the lamb was for Passover and some was on somebody's soup because
I was telling him read that go according to the Bible.
Hey, they said, okay,
So they didn't buy, I don't know.
that's what
But they said,
They say buy a live lamb, but I think who kill it? One of them. The lamb kill it.
and all they put it in the fridge.
otherwise you can watch the lamb.
Oh, no.
Right? So we will not do those things here, okay, Gan? And even brothers who come to Israel with us, you know we do none of those madness. Read on, Shama. And you see this thing? This is disobedience. That the Bible tells us how to do it and how it should operate. We cannot do nothing what the Bible said to do. Right? Read on.
all the congregation of Israel shall keep it.
Read on.
And when a stranger shall sojourn with you and keep the Passover to the Lord, let all his males be circumcised, and then let him come here and keep it. And you shall be as one of his born in the land.
Really?
No uncircumcised person shall eat.
So you see that? No uncircumcised person shall eat it. Read.
One law shall be to him that is born and unto the stranger that sojourneth among you.
So even the stranger that sojourn among you at your home, you have to do it for the full 7 days. You cannot watch him, oh, he's a stranger, he can do it tonight and break tomorrow. Eat leaven tomorrow, the other day. So if you have a servant that you pay for, so you go to the north and you pay money for a servant, or said the north might be Israelites, right? So say for instance you go to Somalia. You get somebody there, make sure you pay money for it. Because remember, even when they give Abraham the grave, Abraham still pay for it. But a lot of us here love cheapness. It's not good. Because you see, they don't understand it. Because we read over something, not because I don't go over it in details. The important part of it is, he's a hunter. And you go and hunt this goat with all the sins upon him and eat it. What become of him? You see I leave that I never travel at, right? Because that goat is let go to roam the earth. What if you will catch that goat and eat it? See? So whatever thing we do have to be holy, and we have to pray about everything now. Because even in Ghana today, you sacrifice chicken and all those stuff, right? Yes. So you have to be in the right spirit for the Most High to guide our steps. Right? We buy them already and they die, right? What did we do? But they tell you the story with us in Israel, right? We buy a lamb and they steal it in Israel. 1 year we went there, we buy a lamb. So what we was doing, we was staying in a hotel. So we said we'll do the Passover in the open field. So we buy the lamb, we put it there, we stay in the hotel. One day we go, we move it tight somewhere else. Next day we wake up, the lamb was gone. The lamb was gone. So we have to just buy next one. Passover continue. You understand me? So when we go and we buy our lamb and we separate it, we buy the feed to feed the cook and separate it. So that's why you have to be your hand to put up on it to kill it. Yes.
For how long should a person be circumcised before he can attend Passover?
You never give a deal.
So you can do it today then.
Yes. You cannot do it today and do it. Because if the person is still bleeding, it's unclean. So the blood has to be away. Like 3 days. Right? Read on, Shaman.
Thus did all the children of Israel, as the Lord commanded Moses and Aaron, so did they. And it came to pass the self
Shaman.
that the Lord did bring the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt by their arms.
So you see that? So everything was the same day. The same day Abraham lived is the same day we live. The same day we leave Egypt is the same day YAHAWAH was born. Same day YAHAWAH was born is the same day was died. So that's why the Passover is the most important feast. Everything evolves around it. Right? Read on quickly, Shana.
Chapter 13, verse 1. The Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Sanctify unto me all the firstborn whatsoever opened the womb among the children of Israel.
So now the Most High says, sanctify unto him all the firstborn of Israel. All you that come from the womb, sanctify them for me. Right? Read on.
Both of man and of beast.
Man. Man and what?
Beast.
So you know you will accept the daughter is from the Most High. Yes. Okay, if you have a goat and you have a first baby, that's for the Most High. Most High say every firstborn, it's mine. So the Most High say all the nation of Israel rob it. What have you robbed from the Most High? Because if you have a child and you know the firstborn is for the Most High, and the Most High come and say, give me that firstborn now, what are you going to say? No. Huh? So what the Most High is telling you here now, this is what I did in Egypt. You give me your firstborn willfully, or I'll take it like I take those one in Egypt. Right? Read on, sir.
And Moses said unto the people, remember this day, in which ye came out of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. By strength of hand the Lord brought you out from this place, there shall no living bread be eaten. This day came ye out in the Mount Abib.
What month did we came out? And likely in the month of Abib now. But question, how much are you ready to go back to Israel today? That's the question. Now some of you have things to do tomorrow. Some of you have plans for the sunset. Some of you have plans for next week. So how much are you really ready to move now? Are we moving out again a bit, but yeah. How much are you ready to do? And your mouth is willing to say anything, but your heart is far. And some of you have your plans. You don't make the Most High to plan for you. You have your own plan. Right? Read on, sir.
Verse 5. You came and shall be when the Lord shall bring you into the land of Canaanites, and the Hittites, and the Amorites, and the Hivites, and the Jebusites, which ye swore on by the fathers to keep thee, the land flowing with milk and honey, and thou shalt keep this service in this month.
So the Bible says when we go to Jerusalem, we must still keep this service in what?
This month.
This month. Read.
7 days thou shalt eat unleavened bread, and the 7 days shall be a feast to the Lord. Unleavened bread shall be eaten in 7 days, and there shall no living bread be seen with thee. And neither shall there be living seen with thee in all that watch.
So no matter what house you're in, for these 7 days, you have to put all the leaven out. Every time I put my stuff in bucket, put them outside, and I go to Israel. And I come back and take them from the bucket. You can put it in a drum. You can tie it on a tree. But then you have to watch even your children when they go to school, what will they do? You have to be on top of these things. If you are not top of it, that said a lot about you. Right? Read on, sir.
And thou shalt shoot thy son in that day, saying, this is done because of that the Lord did unto me when I came forth out of Egypt.
So you see that? So when you're killing the lamb and you're not seasoning, you're not making a soup with it, and when the children ask you, you tell the children, this is what the Most High require because we came out of Egypt. You have to leave that legacy with your children. So it's not to come here and eat and drink and they don't know what the hell is going on. Like most of them here doing now. They're just waiting to go eat and play. It don't work like that. Now, white people don't treat their children like that. Chinese don't treat their children like that. Does Arab treat their children like that? And guess how we prove it? Nobody born racist. So how the little white baby at 3 know that he's better than the black child? How the little Chinese at 2 know that he's better than the black child? Because their parents teach them. You the only one don't teach your children. You send the children go to school and hope the teacher teach them. Don't you and the teacher believe in the same thing? So from there coming up, they're supposed to know what this feast day means. And if you teach it to them, guess what? They will not run to eat bread from somebody. Because some of your children, licky, they love to eat. So they will go beg, they see their friend at school with this, they beg their friend, they do all these stuff. If I have children like that, I won't send them to school. I won't send them to school if I have children like that. Because you have a bunch of rebels, they don't listen, they don't hear, so they won't eat anything. The Most High said, our sons, our daughters, when they ask, we tell them what takes place. When they grow up, it will be easier for everybody. Right? Read on, sir.
Verse 10. Thou shalt therefore keep this ordinance in the season from year to year.
From what?
Year.
Every year. Read on.
It shall be when the Lord shall bring thee into the land of the Canaanites, as he swore unto thee unto thy fathers, and shall give it thee. Thou shalt set apart unto the Lord all that openeth the matrix, the matrix, and every firstling that cometh of the beast which thou hast. The male shall be the Lord's.
So everything that come out, every firstborn animal they have, he said the male shall be to who? So what they talking about? Anybody? When the animal have baby, the first one come, you have to bring it to the priest. You have to bring it to the priest. So you see like for Passover now you have to pay dues. If you're doing that, when it's Passover you just show. A lamb should be there, the Passover should be set, because the priests have all that there already. Now when we in Egypt, we do it house by house, but when we go in the land, who was doing it? The priests. The priests have to have it to kill it. Could you kill it yourself? No, you have to go to the priest now. So we evolved from Egypt. That's why YAHAWAH said, put the sacrifice down and do what? Bring it up with the bread and come back to do it. He never said not to do it, you know. So the Most High said, every firstborn that come from the matrix, one dimension to the next one, the male, bring it to the Most High. Right? Read on, Shaman.
Verse 13. And every firstling of an ass thou shalt redeem with the lamb.
So if your ass have baby, you have to redeem that baby from the ass with what? You can't bring on clean food. So you have to go buy your lamb now and say, okay, dear Most High, dear priest, this is for, I have that ass there, or a donkey. This is for in place of that. Read?
And if thou not redeem it, then shalt thou break his neck. And all the firstborn of man and not like children shall thou redeem.
So if you don't redeem it, you have to do what with it? So how much are you wrapped from God? And the Most High said, the nation have it now. So you have everything. I know a man, I hear the story, I don't know him. He have 2 cows, he said one feed, one for God. Much like come kill one of the cows, he said God go there. And feed is alive. So do you see? Read on, sir. Finish up quickly.
And it shall be when thy son asketh thee in time to come, saying, what is this? That thou shalt say unto him, by strength of hand the Lord brought us out from Egypt, from the house of bondage. It came to pass when Pharaoh would hardly let us go, that the Lord slew all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, both the firstborn of man and the firstborn of beasts. Therefore I sacrifice to the Lord all that opened the matrix, being milk, and all the firstborn of my children I redeem.
So you see that the Most High all the firstborn of his children. You what? So, do you want to give it to the Most High, or you should come and take it? Easy to give it. Right? Read on.
And it shall be for a token upon thine hand and for frontlets between thine eyes. By strength of hand, the Lord God has what
So, all of us must know this. Right? Read on.
It came to pass when Pharaoh had let people go that God led them not to do the way of the land of Philistines, although that was near.
And which land is this of the Philistine? Where the Philistine live today? Which land is this? No. They were here, but we never traveled that side. Right? Because remember, the Philistine was Mizraim's grandson. So this will be Somalia. We never go that section. We never go that route. Right? Read on.
And it came to pass when Pharaoh let the people go, that God led them through the way, not through the way of the land of
And
Philistines.
Gaza is not far-fetched to him. But we have to know before they build the canal. Remember, they build that canal there in the Gaza. So we're talking now before they build it, who was closer to them? Alright? Read on.
Although that was near. So YAHAWAH said, lest peradventure the people repent when they see war. They return to Egypt.
So the Most High never wanted to give us a shortcut. Because some of the man was in Egypt so much. As soon as war come, what would you do? You run straight back to Egypt. So the Most High took us far from that battle. Because some of your heart is weak. Right? Read on.
And YAHAWAH led the people about through the way of the wilderness of the Red Sea. And the children of Israel went up harnessed out of the land of Egypt. And Moses took the bones of Joseph with him, for he had strangely sworn the children of Israel, saying, God will surely visit you, and he shall carry up my bones away hence with you.
Read on.
And they took their journey from Sukkot and encamped in Etham, to the edge of the wilderness.
Read.
The Lord went before them by day in a pillar of a cloud.
And who was this? YAHAWAH. Read.
To lead them the way, and by night in a pillar of fire to give them light to go by day and night.
Read.
He took not away the pillar of the cloud by day, nor the pillar of fire by night from before the people.
So the Most High, YAHAWAH was leading us. So remember we read Song of Solomon last week? The same angel that came in the house to kill, he was the same one that was leading us. Right? So go to Ezra, the first version. First Ezra 1:1.
First Ezra 1:1. And Josiah held the feast of the Passover in Jerusalem unto the Lord.
Read on.
And offered the Passover the 14th day of the first month.
Same thing we doing. Read.
Having sent the princes according to their daily courses, being arrayed in long garments in the temple of the Lord.
What garment we wear? Okay, we don't wear pants and shirt.
And he spake unto the Levites, the holy ministers of Israel, that they should hallow themselves unto the Lord to set the holy ark of the Lord in the house that King Solomon the son of David had built.
Read.
And he said, Ye shall no more bear the ark upon your shoulders. Now therefore saith the Lord your God, and minister unto his people Israel, and prepare you after your families and kindreds. According as David the king of Israel prescribed, and according to the magnificence of Solomon his son, and standing in the temple according to the several decrees of the families of you, the Levites, who minister in the presence of your brethren, the children of Israel.
Read.
Offer the Passover in order.
After the Passover in what?
In order.
So you cannot come to the Passover and do your own thing. You have to go by the order that you see in the end of Exodus 12. So don't come to the Passover with one bread and kenke and you eat the Passover and then you eat something else. Eat at your house. Nobody will come here to cook.
Down.
Not a soul will come here to cook. You hear me or what? They come here, eat already. It shouldn't be you come here, you're hurrying to eat, then you ain't no. The worst thing, the Passover is on a Sunday this year, so I hope you take the Monday off too. Because it's a holy day from Sunday to Sunday on Monday. So you eat before you come here. Now some of you want to the Passover along with mashed kenke and all, it will not work here. The lamb and bread, whenever you begin the Passover, the lamb and bread should be the last meal for that night. Nothing else. So eat at your house before you come here. This is not communion in church. And each person has to hold each person responsible. It cannot be your kapansa or is a snitch, because the most other way of showing everything. So nobody should come here to cook on that day. That's why when I do Passover here with you, only you doing the lamb can be here. Everybody else comes sundown. But when I'm not here, I hear that it go different. It should not be that way. So the Passover must be done in order. After Passover, now you can chit-chat, you're going to stay away when you keep it, so you have time to do all that talking. In the class, it should not be about talking. Just like YAHAWAH was telling them that night, you can't watch with me. The Bible says spirit was on the disciples, they all were sleeping. Because some of you don't want to sleep until the Bible is open. But everything should be order. You cannot be getting up, going out and coming in. No, it's a Passover. And the children them should not be doing that neither. Nobody should be getting up going in the kitchen to take water, doing this, doing that. Because when I'm here, that will not happen. Before deacon start, everybody should go to the restroom. Then when he starts, nobody move until he finish. Must be in order. Can't have the deacon here teaching and then you just get up, pulling the chair, walking all over the damn place. Who you think you are? It must be in order. Could you move in Jerusalem? When was high priest there, keeping Passover, and you go and sit, could you move? You could move. So now you have liberty. Read on, Shema.
Verse 6. Offer the Passover in order.
Read.
And make ready the sacrifices for your brethren.
So you make ready sacrifice for your brethren. The ones who's working, you do, if you're making unleavened bread, you do it in the best love and the best way as possible. If you're roasting the lamb likewise, don't come and do it with no murmuring. Whosoever select to do what they do, you do it in the best spirit of truth. Right? Read on.
In the Passover according to the commandment of the Lord which was given unto Moses.
So you see what we read in the Bible. We will not change what Moses did and have a damn Shabbat. We will not change what Moses wrote and we have soup. We have stew. We will not do that. So I know for years, everybody have their own opinion. What we should do, what we should not do. No, we're doing it like what Moses wrote. Read on.
And to the people that was found there, Josiah gave 30,000 lambs and kids.
How much land Josiah gave? 30,000 what? Meaning the kids is good. Yeah, but Josiah, remember, what I said is, now remember when Moses and when Joseph and Mary went to Jerusalem, it was Passover time, right? But what they went to do? Yes. So you have to pay a yearly time. So Josiah's yearly work was 30,000 lamb and go to get 30,000.
So is this for the Passover meal or?
They go for the Passover meal and some stay back for the priest or the feast days. Nobody was going to charge you, okay, pay 200. Because everybody pay a man. Some don't even pay it, right? For the Passover. Exactly. And all Passover dues are supposed to be from Philip. But some don't pay. So we have to be waiting until they feel like they want to pay them. So now, when Josiah gave this, it would be already. So what the priests do, the priests have it prepared. So when Mary and Joseph would come up from Bethlehem, the Passover feast ready. They still have to give something, and you cannot show up empty. So I know even Passover night, you somebody give news, you will come, you will not drop nothing in the bag. If you do drop something in the bag, you'll drop 2 CDs, 5 CDs. But you telling me for the entire year, that's what YAHAWAH bless you. Then you wonder why you will not be blessed. So do you see the difference? Read what Josiah gave verse 7.
Verse 7. And unto the people that was found there, Josiah gave 30,000 mounts and places and 3,000 calves.
3,000 cows, read on.
These things were given of the king's allowance, according as he promised to the people, to the priests, and to the Levites.
So he promised to the people, the priests and the Levites. So he gave 33,000 animals together. So Passover is not an easy thing. These Levites have to kill more than 30,000 lambs for that day. And we have to be ready for when you go there, you get it to eat. So you see that? So when the Levite then they're doing this, could anybody come to try to get enough rice and beat fufu and banku? No! You're talking for a nation. And when we unify as a nation, you will not do that amongst the rest of brothers and sisters. Right? Read on, sir.
And Hilkiah, Zechariah, and Cyrus, the governors of the temple, gave to the priests for the Passover 2,600 sheep and 300 calves.
So you see that? So these are the people now, they were officers. So these were the deacons, the captains, the soldiers. How many they give?
2,600 sheep.
They give 2,600 sheep. This is now you're showing, oh, Shamak said, oh, YAHAWAH blessed me this year. I can give 2,000 sheep. One say I can give 500 sheep. One say I can give 100 sheep. Then the one know say I can give no sheep, YAHAWAH never bless me. What's the purpose of that one? This is like the talent. YAHAWAH shall say everybody juggling talent will get something, right? The one that don't do nothing with his talent, what? Most I say I will take from you.
That's right.
Because the Bible said don't come here empty-handed. No feast, no high holidays. You should be going empty-handed. No. Read on.
And Jeconias and Samias and Nathaniel his brother and Asabias and Okiel and Joram, captains of 1,000, gave to Levi for the Passover 5,000 sheep.
So the captains gave 5,000
and 700 calves.
and 700 calves. Read on.
And when these things were done, the priests and Levites, having the unleavened bread, stood in very calmly order according to the kindred.
So you see that? When they get all those animals and everything, the priests, the Levites, they have the unleavened bread and the animals, everything was in what? Order. So you don't see nobody. That's why when any time you're feeling anybody, what do you have them do? Sit in groups. You don't have nobody just say, look around the kitchen. When am I getting money? Or you see Shamar moving with deacon plate and you see somebody stretching. Oh, I thought this was mine. You understand me? Everybody's in order. Everybody knows when they'll get here. You don't have nobody stretching. Can I get some more land? Everything we deal with order. Do you see that?
No.
When you come to Israel, deacon, don't we have order? Maya, do we have order in Israel? Yes, we have order. When after we eat, we drink wine, we eat again, we drink wine, we eat again, nobody go outside. They will lie down and sleep in the morning, we go outside and we say, whoops, Lisa is still alive. Don't worry, next year we'll do this again. So you see how order is important. Read on. What verse?
Verse 11.
Mm-hmm.
According to the several decrees of the prophets, before the people to offer to the Lord as it is written in the book of Moses, and thou stood there in the morning.
So in the Apocrypha, I'm telling you, King Josiah do it according to what Moses write. Not to me say, oh, YAHAWAH shall die now, so let us have stew. Let us have some bank with it. No. Right, read on.
They roasted the Passover with fire, and as appertained, as for the sacrifices, he sold them in brass pots and pans with a good savor, and set them before the people, and afterward they prepared for themselves, and for the priests they have brethren, the sons of Pharaoh.
So you see that? So the priests and make for the people to get first, and this is for all Israel. And after the people get now, the priests and go, and they prepare for themselves. Right? Read on.
For the priests offered the fat on 2 nights.
The priests are for the what?
The fat.
Because all the animals that leave out back to burn, they were doing that until night. And you have to burn the bones, the pertinence, everything, right? The liver, the kidney. Those are the fat he's talking about. Read on.
For the priests offered the fat on 2 nights, and the Levites prepared for themselves and the priests their brethren, the sons of Pharaoh.
Read.
The holy singers also, the sons of Asaph, were in their order.
Asaph.
The
So the
sons
holy singers were the son of who? Asaph. What did they do?
were in their order.
Were in their what?
Order.
So they were ready to sing. And we used to get some of the best songs we could ever hear. Not to see anybody drunk and we can have to throw water on them. And nobody is the empire. You understand? We have all the singers who sing. Right? Read on.
According to the appointments of David to wit Asaph, Zacharias, and Giluton, who was of the king's retinue.
So David, I tell you, David's singers was 10,000 men. No woman was part of David's choir. So in Israel, most of the singers were men. Miriam sang, Deborah sang, but most of the renowned singers were men. Even today, you have the top singers in the earth is men. Who's better than Michael Jackson?
You can use them.
Never better than Michael Jackson. Never. You understand? Who is better than R. Kelly? A lot of people say R. Kelly is better than Michael Jackson. Who is better than Marvin Gaye, James Brown, Seal?
Friends.
Prince was good too. You understand me? So the men singers in the black community only compete with herself. Otis Redding. You understand me? Sam Cooke. So all the man singers, the woman will never reach a level where these men's singers go. Yeah. Right? Read on.
Moreover, the porters were at every gate.
The porters was what?
Were at every gate.
I remember we keep atonement last year, and Dabak was the first one to go to bed. I have to call and ask for him. Who were the porters here? The porters. Read it, Shema.
Verse 16. Moreover, the porters were at every gate.
Who are the porters? The who? The workers. And the watchman. They said they were at where? Every gate. Because somebody have to watch God. Hey, wanna leave? Leave them on property. Hey, wait. Right? You see when you feed them one time when they don't help them, they come back every week. Right? So he said the porters, the workers were at every gate. And they were attentive. They want to do what they were told. But some of you might come here tired for the Passover, and you might just come to eat and sleep. Right? Read on.
It was not lawful for any to go from his ordinary service.
Look at this. It wasn't lawful for any to do something that he wasn't told to do. If you're told to watch, guess what you're doing? Watch! Not to boot up and all lovey-dovey up and all. No! The young man must be watching. Read on.
But their brethren, the Levites, prepared for them.
So they never came in to partake with everybody else. The Levite create theirs and bring it to them. So somebody have to be watching at all times. Really?
That's what the thing that belongs to the Passover. The sacrifice of the Lord accomplished in that day that they might hold the Passover.
Read on.
And offer sacrifice upon the altar of the Lord according to the commandments of the king desires.
Read.
So were the children of Israel which are present inside the Passover at that time, and the feast of sweet bread 7 days. And such a Passover was not kept in Israel since the time of the prophet Samuel.
Read.
Yea, all the kings of Israel held not such a Passover as desires. And the priests and the Levites, the Jews, held in all Israel that were found dwelling at Jerusalem.
Read.
In the 18th year of the reign of Uzziah was this Passover kept.
So just say never do it 1 year, never do it 2 years. You do it in the 18 years of his kingdom. So he did the best Passover in the history of Israel. See? And he do it just after the ordinance of Moses. So even likewise ourselves, dear brothers and sisters, we'll do it likewise after the rule Moses. Not my opinion, not how you feel or what you do. We do it like that, how it's supposed to be. Huh? With that, I say shalom. So Shama just refers to us quickly in front of sit. Sit. You soon finish. Sit. You stand up and walk around.
The church sent me beyond the far.
Move here.
Passover, you be the number. And I can go, you can ask me Leviticus. I is here for my chief. Therefore, Matthew 5, verse 44. Then 7:18. You know, not possible with the lemon what I send me or the two I asked and I give it to me. That can ever look for Matthew 5, verse number 44.
Stand here.
Matthew 5, verse number 44. What's it? Number catch them said, number catch on deck. One day when I come for one show one. Now, one year, one watch and one go back. Now, more per moment now. What's what, where one now, 7. I don't know, because you be there. I know you'll be more, he said. I know that the way one watch and one can't one now. Where you go for, you feel the way I come for. Would go out there, what's within one of you? You don't go for your white temple. Or don't go from the Bible church, there might be a woman. Or don't go for someone. Now one saw where what power what's the strong. Now one saw what channel was the young papa. Now one saw what sell. Now what do you our pen? What the move shaded compared and from one has some other two American Leviticus 60 verse number 29, March 27. Verse number 29 check the see. My man found more cut and more corded on found a more for most and they said, yeah, the more but said now. But I then can't time you have walked your assassin. No more opinion, more corded of the arranging. I thought I could be arranging. You don't know against them. Now, so I pass away a bit easy. And now I am kind of pass on to the Sician. In Canada, but I'm going to come as a party, but my new one. The dumb one now, at the tea all day if you know by one I asked so to Nina. You go on, waiting when you are I'll figure out better. So I want to have a say here, and so something I actually named it. I 15. I can Exodus chapter 12, and Exodus 7. My Exodus chapter 4. My attach the oil, and ya no slow, look one I have what no Moses. No Moses not one or two, Pharaoh name no Aaron, son of Moses look man. Brian, one catch an uncle one from London or one. I don't know one was so funny. John and uncle not to come Moses on fine. On one engaged no Pharaoh name, no one catch an uncle man don't understand water. No Aaron, no all have to do no. On a couple of use. And so, yeah, Bible me I can say, Exodus 7 verse 1 now, change, then I could also, yeah, most then Yami as my Pharaoh. Now, Aaron so I am come to eat my Moses. It's most son come to eat, or Yami, most of Yami. Now, no come to use by Aaron. Maybe I don't know most Aaron or this one more than oil. And I can get said, Exodus chapter 20. Exodus chapter 12 to 8, chapter 8, chapter 11. This chapter 12, one of them YAHAWAH, which is YAHAWAH, and I put a lot of Egypt for our broken oriented, critical oriented one for each. What's some fun of coffee that moved in the assassin no fun for behind one of the one from Kosovo. But it was one for age on everybody yard was chapter 8, chapter 11. No one some can. There is no papa people be a can. First Esdras, chapter 1. How often you often desire? So Passover, so the same about Moses and the man on the side. Oh, yeah, you can't have a person or set on here, I can now, but why a Passover, I ought to know also. Oh, Bible, you know, you get an Albion Bayer. Why a Passover, why a cold, us no way, but I know for the desire. Let's put in my castle.
Shalom. Any question? That's it? Yes, sister, you're on.
So what was the reason behind the jewels and the pictures the Israelites took as for from the Egyptians? What was the main reason behind the pictures and the jewels that the Israelites
that's payment. prepare work for them, and then we leave empty-handed. Nobody ever leaves. If the Persian captivity, did we get money? Xerxes pay us. So whatever captivity we go in and live, get Genesis. Because even when you read the Bible in Genesis, the vision that the Most High gave Abraham, he said, when we leave this captivity, we're going to leave wealthy too. Because America have the most gold scored in the world. Where they get that gold from? The gold that the Vatican have, where they get it from? France. France have 2 gold refineries. And France don't produce gold. Do you know France controls 21 African countries? 21 African countries, France. 21. And all these countries, when they find gold, they have to send it to France first. And France will refine it and then give them back a percentage from it. So the Bible said, they have all these things, so what, we're leaving it in France? And why would we do that? So when it's time to go, the brothers in America are going to leave with what we have here. Wherever we are, we're going to leave with what we have. Then we go to Zion, we're going to put it down at the foot of the priest and the prophet, and it's going to show up amongst the nation. All what they have all these gold scoring of power. It's for us. So this evening I'll show you in Zechariah, where the Most High telling Zechariah that, listen man, you know, value nothing, they're going to show it in the street.
Actually, this is for good. And here is, you know, she wanted to ask about the earrings and then the necklace and then what is behind it. That because are they wearing them? That's why even or they don't have them.
We did have earrings.
Apart from the gold, the earrings, the bangles, all of them.
Nothing wrong with that. We did have some, but we take it for the rest of the Egyptians. We was wearing all those stuff before.
We that we only wearing the correct one because we were under slavery under them.
Yeah, but some of us was wearing it. Because remember, even when we were in the wilderness, when we read Exodus 16, some of us went back. The ones of us that went back, because we have land and position in Egypt, we went back. So some of us was wearing the expensive ones, some was wearing the cheap ones.
Those that went back, are they still there?
Yes.
Like, they still have, so they have mixed with the Egyptians.
Yes. That's
So
what.
are they still Israelites?
They still Israelite, but they still in darkness like we was in darkness. And they engrafted into what Muslim Arabs.
And then we check the cause. Yes, they are. We said the maybe now, or yeah, it's a fanatic now. What to pay no what is it? Assume now. From my what if you are it's small. Now what you pay now? I was the ground for 10 or 6. Then we take advantage of the 10 and there.
Start laying up on the table.
You can take in Quebec and go on with triangle. It's yet to be equal. They would know when I first my head, I must my dear, so as to me, what can I only do? Peter Silgondi. I'm beginning, I know a boat.
Remember, Rebecca was before this.
Yes.
And Rebecca, Abraham set up bracelet for her. She was before Egypt. And Rebecca was wearing bracelet before. Do you get it?
This is not for me to be there. We are for why the whole was massive. This is how we did. A good thing is as much as to me when you go. But step outside the chains not your ship. Or you go by any normal chain, you know what you're going to go. Here cannot be as by and the water things in the if we all was mass nation, you know, one of the one in your H1 as I papa no more best. They will be able to one sharp
fake yard and everything. It's not here when I come on my income. I'm the answer so long because they no it's because when you take 6 because I'm 6 that's it.
So, Elder, the main reason why, the main reason why some churches here don't allow their people to wear earrings and necklaces and those kind of things is because after we took those things, when we are coming, that is when we remove them to make the golden calf and those kind of things. So they find it that it's I don't know, I think it's the main reason. That's why they found it. Yes. And I always, when I had a friend who was in deeper life, they don't wear earrings and those kind of things. And in the olden days, somewhere in the early 2000s, when TV started coming and phones started coming, they were bounding their people from watching TV and using telephone and other things. They also believe that those things are antichrist and they take your time from the Bible. Because you waste much of your time on it, as in watching TV on your phone. They think that one becomes your God. So they were bounding their children from watching TV. But now everything is okay and they have the best ones and they have, I don't understand that.
They cannot use
I was about to say, somebody something. I wanted to correct it. It is not the Israelites who took the gold and the earrings from the Egyptians. It is the fear.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's the word.
Or you swear. We hear you know what is
Ezekiel 16. Ezekiel 16, this is the Babylonian captivity. Start at verse 8. Ezekiel 16, verse 8. Look at this. This was the Babylonian captivity.
Ezekiel 16, verse 8.
And you see what Mayana just said? Any black person in Africa that was doing that in the early 2000s, don't watch TV, don't have phone. If some white man tell them nothing. Have to be. Because in slavery, the white man banned us to learn to read for 200 years. We could not learn to read. So what were they hiding from us? Because how could they come to Africa and then tell a country like Ghana that gold is not good for you? Jesus is good for you, but gold is good for us. And the Bible tells us Master Musa was king of Ghana. And they said wherever he go, he bankrupt it. He bankrupt the entire Egypt. Google it on your phone. And they said when he go to Egypt, he was giving the black people in Egypt so much gold. In bankrupt Egypt. Master Musa was king of Ghana. That's why that's why our ancestors don't know no country named Ghana. But you love Ghana today. If our ancestors should come back and hear calling the Gold Coast Ghana, they would be mad at you. Because how could the white man trick a people? You see the queen, they said the queen have a ring on her finger worth over £5 million. They said the queen watch, making Germany, Rolex, over £20 million. The queen watch alone, the buckle on the queen belt, the buttons that the queen wears is gold. How could they come here to convince you that gold was good for you? Because gold is stones, do you know that? So you know it's good for your skin. Or you don't know that? Gold is good for your skin, it's stone. Certain stone is good for your skin. Gold is one of them. Diamond is one of them. And how could they come to the Gold Coast to convince the people in the Gold Coast that the resources that God gives to you are not good for you? And then our black people believe it. When you read the Bible, we have gold teeth. Was kings wearing gold teeth in Israel? Was Solomon wearing gold? Did Queen of Sheba bring gold to give King Solomon? Did King Solomon take the gold? In the time of Solomon, he says, certain city in Jerusalem, the woman never walked on dirt. Solomon filled it with gold. Because gold is a natural mineral. That's why when I take the gold from the land, do it corrupt your water? Yeah, because you're taking out the nutrition from the dirt. So when you wear gold, it's good for you. So read 16:9 for me, Shama.
Ezekiel 16 verse 9. Then wash I thee with water, yea, I surely wash away thy blood from thee, and I anointed thee with oil.
So when did the Most High wash us with water? When we walked through the Red Sea, that was a baptism. The entire nation was baptized. So the Most High is saying, wash us with water. Can? Read on.
I clothe thee also with broidered work, and showed thee with badger skin, and I girded thee about with fine linen, and covered thee with silk.
So the Most High is saying, dressing us now. And he's saying, the clothes that we wear are broidered works. It's not just straight clothes like you say certain people wear. Because everybody used to wear gown. But the difference is, we start to add fringes and symbols to our clothing. Do you understand that? And the Most High is saying, give you silk and linen. The Most High is saying, want us to wear the best material. Read on.
I deck thee also with ornaments, and I put bracelets upon thy hands, and
What the Most High say he did?
deck thee also with ornaments, and put bracelets upon thy hands, and a chain on thy neck.
And so the Most High said, I put bracelet upon your hand. I put chains upon your neck. Read on.
And I put a jewel on thy forehead, and earrings in thy ears, and a beautiful crown upon thy head.
Read.
Thus was thou decked with gold and silver, and thy raiment was of fine linen and silk and broidered work, that it is eat fine flour and
We
honey.
eat even good food, right?
No.
Read.
And honey, and oil.
Flour and honey. You are not going to eat that. Tell her to eat some fish and honey, you will not even eat that. So now you're drinking sugar and milk, while honey was there to sweeten your drink. So you see the difference? Sugar! I see the people about making porridge, they're putting white sugar in there. If sugar come from cane and you burn the cane, how is it white? After they make the sugar, they bleach it. And that's what you're walking on road selling here.
It's the same thing. So it's like we didn't get the best of everything.
And we choose not to get the best of everything. Because if you go make some drinks at your house now, Lincoln, and you use honey sweetening, the children don't want it. If you use sugar and milk sweetening, that's what they feel for, that's what they want. Use honey sweetening Milo and see if they like it. Make them some Milo and use honey. And if they have the black and the white sugar, they want the white sugar. Because I see the people them selling, and they show the white sugar, show the white. And if you go to America today, the white man will not drink white sugar. White sugar is the cheapest. When you go in supermarket, brown sugar is expensive. White sugar is the cheapest. The white man will never buy it. I never see a white man buy white sugar. But that's what they love, right? Do you know Trump came into power? And Trump set up a health department. So in America, people who work less money get food stamp. And you know the new food stamp where they come up with? You cannot go to the supermarket and buy no sugar. They said, the Americans said, we're not paying our people to go buy sugar to kill themselves. And that law is in America. The government said, when I give you a voucher to go buy food, you cannot buy no soda with it, no drinks with sugar. Sugar is exempt from it. But why are we in Africa not telling our people to eat healthy? So you see, we pick and choose what we choose to do. But we used to dress good, we used to eat good, brothers. You see, I bring the black rice here. For some reason, I'll give the children and throw it away. I saw the children and never wanted. And you see how much is it, right? Which one of the rice they love? You see the difference? They love the things that's not good for them. But if you get the things that are good for you, that's the thing you're from. But if the white man and the Chinese go in the supermarket, does the white man make rice like how you make rice? No. If they go in the supermarket, which one they buying? Read on for me, sir.
And that was exceeding beautiful, and that was why into a kingdom.
So the Bible said we was what?
Beautiful and prospered into a kingdom.
Read on.
And that renown went forth among the heathen for thy beauty.
And we was what?
Renown among the heathen for our beauty.
Read on.
For it was perfect through my comeliness, which I have put upon thee, said the Lord God.
So the Most High said, I put up all this on you. And when he said he was comely, meaning we were beautiful as the nation of people. I don't think jewel is people God in Africa. I think money is a God. I think to follow friends is a God. Because I said, when woman dress based upon, I want to dress better than her. No man going to a store to buy a trousers and say, okay, I say, Deacon YAHAWAH with this trousers, so I'm going to buy this one. No man dress like that. If a man like a trousers, guess what the man going to do? Buy the damn trousers. I'm not going to go and buy a shirt and say, hey, I know I'm buying this shirt to look better than the back next week. You woman, when you go and put on your clothes and you look in the glass, you start to look at your ass.
Hey.
And if you go out on the road and a man smack your ass, you have a problem. But you're dressed for that. Just look at 99% of you in the church. When you post picture on your status, you're posting side shot. Because you want somebody to see your breast and your ass. That's what you're showing. I will ask Isabella, oh, you don't post a father, oh, daddy don't like picture. Wonder why. But when you all post with Sister YAHAWAH, you're all set, right? But daddy don't like picture. Wonder why. Daddy don't want to impress nobody. But you want to be dressed, say, oh, I look better than this one. So do you see the difference? It's on you, woman, and some of the man will follow you out of good. Go unto that man who follow you good on that road. That's right. But we don't go to buy a shirt and say, I'm going to look better than Elder this week. I'm going to do this better than that. Have you ever done that, Deacon? Have you ever done that at the bar? You see something you buy. That's right. How much time a man buy a pair of shoes for the year? How much sandals you must throw away for the year? Because I observe it, you don't know. In Ekan, I see more women clothes on the ground are thrown away than men. Tell me online. See some of your wash clothes you used to put it on the front wall, you blow them, you don't even take it. I go there and take the truth in the car. I love to throw stuff away. The man don't have much. So guess what? Deacon shirt will not be on the floor. Do you understand me? But you all have so much things. You don't care, you don't busy with it, and you don't do nothing. Tell me I'm lying. Not that you can tell me I'm lying. Tell me. I go there, I'll have stuff from the podium to outside. Remember when Ilama used to pay rent for the church, Deacon? So she just put all her stuff all over the place? You see? No, man, we don't be like that. Because we don't have much stuff. So as we said here, Sister YAHAWAH, the Most High bless us with all these things. So what Christianity do is tricking. So that's why you see these Chinese now, they're going into the villages and they're buying the gold from black people cheaply. If I go, they will not sell me the gold for that same price. Because I went to Tapa one Sunday. And when I went there, you should see the amount of cars that was going there. Chinese, Indian, they were just passing on the street. So how could the white man tell you that gold is good for him but not for you? And the pastors, they pay the pastors, because the pastor should go to tell the people and this. But the pastor not telling them. So that's why even coming here, we see you skeptic over some certain jewelry. Listen, if our ancestors used to do it, it's no sin. Because I don't see nobody who praise the scripture. You try and look more, look how much you can sell it and get it. And then you worship the money. Do you understand? So nothing wrong with you paying Joe. That's the least of the problem. And that's to each his own. But nothing wrong. My years and years, both of them. And I did have expensive gold earring. It's my daughter I give them to. Because she always borrowed them, she never give them back. Ah, nice gold. Diamonds. I still have my gold too. Because I remember when Biggie sing that song 95? He said one day we never used to have nothing. I used to eat sardines for dinner. And he said, no, he can't buy 5 diamonds putting his baby girl here. When I hear him say that, we say, okay, that's what I do. We have to put diamonds in our ear, not the cheap one. So it's just in terms of where your priority is, right? But nothing wrong with gold. Because the same person who tell you it's wrong, they be taking it from this country for over 500 years. When you see the truck them driving, passing, where do you... I remember when Muhammad came in, they stopped a whole truckload of money and gold. They say even Dubai was having people there stealing gold. Can a black man go to Dubai to steal? So you see the things that I'm saying? In Dubai they have oil, but why they need gold? Because gold is more prominent than oil. Because gold, you can do healing. Diamonds, all these things are for healing. So with that, I said Shabbat Shalom. Yes, Sister Zaya. Shama, let's start again.
In fact, most of the time, was